going to begin today in a kneeling pose on our mats, taking a moment here just to settle into our practice. If kneeling on your heels is a bit too much for you and you feel a little bit of discomfort, maybe grabbing a block and putting the block between your legs, sitting on that block, will help relieve any tight feelings of discomfort in the legs. When you found your comfortable seat here, we'll take a moment just to settle in. Notice how we're feeling here. Taking a moment to bring your awareness to the body and how you're feeling here today. Notice how the breath is moving through your body. Is your breath feeling shallow? Are you taking deep breaths? Is it in your stomach? Are you breathing up in your chest and your shoulders? Just observing for now, not making any changes. Just taking a moment to observe. Letting go of any thoughts that might be racing through the mind here at the beginning of our practice. And taking this time to anchor ourselves in the present moment here on the mat. Focusing our awareness all into the breath. Starting now to take deeper, long breaths. Not forcing this breath, letting it naturally become slow and deep. If at any point during our practice your mind starts to wander, you start to think about your to-do list, you start judging the practice you're having, you start to think about anything at all, just anchoring yourself back into the present moment by using the breath, not judging that your thoughts have strayed, just gently guiding them back to the breath, letting the breath be your anchor and an indication to your body that you're safe. And maybe taking a moment here to repeat an affirmation to yourself. Every day, creative energy runs through me. Perfect. And from here, we're going to stay kneeling. We're just going to come up onto the toes. So you're curling the toes under, making sure that every toe has contact to the earth. Still sitting back into your heels. And if you need, using that block to relieve any tension. Remembering to listen to the body and honor what it's telling you. If you're in any kind of pain or discomfort, that's a sign that you're pushing yourself maybe a little bit too far. And just find yourself adjusting into a pose that feels more suited to you. From here, Gently taking the arms out in front of you, elbows are bent. And you're going to take your right hand around your left, coming into eagle arms. Your backs of your hands can be facing each other, or the palms of the hands will come together. Hands are reaching up towards the ceiling as your shoulders relax, pulling back behind you. Still breathing deeply here. And repeating to yourself now, the universe's creativity manifests itself through me. The universe's creativity manifests itself through me. With your next exhale, we'll release the bind. The arms will come in front of us again, and we'll take it to the opposite side with those eagle arms. The left arm will wrap around the right as much as feels comfortable. Those hands will reach for the sky as the shoulders pull back and away from the ears. Taking your deep breaths here. Knowing and affirming to yourself, my imagination knows no bounds. And with your next exhale, we'll release our bind, maybe shake out the arms a little bit, releasing any tension in the shoulders. And from here, we're going to carefully make our way into our downward facing dog. Taking your time as you make your way into your downward facing dog. If our hamstrings are feeling a bit tight, feel free to keep your knees bent. Listen to the body. The breath moves freely through the body. That's a good sign. If you feel like you're all of a sudden not getting that full deep breath, you're starting to breathe shallow or maybe even hold the breath, this may be an indication that we've pushed the body a bit too far and we need to modify and find something that works good for our body. So whether that's bending your knees or finding a seated downward facing dog, do whatever feels best for you here today. That might look completely different from what it did yesterday and what it could be tomorrow. Just focusing here in the present moment and what your needs are here. Taking deep breaths in your downward facing dog. Maybe repeating these words to yourself. Fresh ideas are constantly flowing to me. Fresh ideas are constantly flowing to me. Lovely. When you're ready, you're going to take your right leg and step your foot in between both hands, dropping your knee behind you, flattening the foot. We'll inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky, coming into a low lunge, sinking your hips down towards the earth, but keeping your knee over your ankle. Breathing deeply. And with your next exhale, drop your left hand into the mat. As you inhale, the right arm up towards the sky, a gentle twist in our low lunge. Taking one nice deep breath here. And if you'd like, you'll then maybe start to reach that right hand behind you And maybe bend in the left leg as you try to reach for your foot. Feel free to use a strap here, or just opt to not do this pose at all if that doesn't feel accessible for you today. Taking deep breaths here, keeping your chest open and your hips sinking down towards the earth. Repeating to yourself here, I am a problem solver who thinks outside of the box. As you exhale, gently release, planting both hands back into the mat. And when you're ready, you're going to step your right foot behind you, coming back into your downward facing dog. We'll swap sides here now. So we'll take the left leg now and place it in between your hands. Finding our low lunge, we'll drop the back knee and flatten the foot as we reach both arms up towards the sky. Checking our alignment for a moment, making sure our left knee is over the left ankle. And we're really sinking the hips down to the earth, but keeping the core engaged to lift the chest. Feeling proud here. With an exhale, you're going to drop the right hand into the mat, and the left hand is going to reach up towards the sky to find that gentle twist in the body here. And then together we're going to start to reach maybe behind us with the left hand. And if you'd like, grabbing hold of your right foot and pulling that foot in towards you, getting a nice stretch into your quad here. Remember, we can take whichever variation feels good for us in this pose. Breathing deeply. Remember to listen to the breath as it guides us into what the body is feeling. Repeating to yourself here. Sometimes I draw outside of the lines. On your next exhale, you're going to gently release the foot, drop the hand into the mat, and we're going to step back into our downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep breath here, finding what feels good for you here in downward facing dog, and maybe silently repeating to yourself, I release all resistance to expressing my creativity fully. I release all resistance to expressing my creativity fully. And with your next exhale, releasing downward facing dog into a child's pose. Knees to the edges of the mat, toes together behind you. Your arms are reaching out in front of you. Feeling yourself relax into the earth, feeling the earth beneath you supporting you. Taking your nice deep breaths. Whispering to yourself, my creativity knows no limits. thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today. If at any point you need that gentle affirmation again to spark your creativity, feel free to come back to this class as many times as you'd like, and share down below in the comment section what helps you spark your creativity. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my future videos.